right, so couple of problems here. I'll have you start out with. The main thing is being able to draw the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I'd like you to do is read the problem here and draw the triangle. These are all triangle problems. So draw the triangle. And then when you've got a triangle down, let me know, because I'm going to draw one and just see how close we are to being the same
long.
here.
So the 500 centimeters will be the what's it called, hypotenuse, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So it'll just be like a right triangle then?
These are all right triangles. You're in the land of
Okay.
right triangles. Everything is a right triangle. But again, I'm asking you to draw the triangle. That's the hardest part of these problems, is setting up the triangle.
Okay,
And it's
so
not really that difficult, but
I just drew a right triangle then.
okay, so go ahead and label it appropriately. What is it?
500 centimeters hypotenuse and 57 degrees on the hypotenuse and height.
Okay, so here are two possibilities. Did you draw your right triangle like the one on the left or like the one on the right?
On the left.
Okay, and it doesn't really matter which one you do. It's good to put that right angle in there. A, B, C, where did you put the 500?
B and C. Oh no, C is 500. In
Okay,
57, I put
very
between the
good.
B and C.
Now is angle B or angle A 57 degrees?
A.
So the A is the angle made with the ladder and the wall. Is that what this is saying?
Between the ground. Oh, the ground and okay, so it'd actually be B then, right?
It is angle B here. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what is it asking for? Is it asking to calculate A or B?
It's asking me to calculate B.
How far from the wall is the bottom of the ladder?
Yeah, so B. Oh, A. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. And that's why it's so important here to get the setup right, because you gave me the wrong angle. You gave me the wrong side that you're solving for. And it's very easy to solve for the wrong thing. And that's why I asked you to draw a triangle, because I want to make sure you can do this correctly. So yeah, we're solving for A. Are you going to use sine, cosine, or tangent to do that?
Cosine and tangent. Cosine?
Okay, you seem a little uncertain here. Cosine of 57 degrees equals adjacent over hypotenuse. What is adjacent to the 57?
Wait, no, it would be
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. We're just going to carry it through.
Adjacent of A would be
adjacent is side A
over side C,
and the hypotenuse is 500. Okay. How do you solve this for A? How do you undo the division by 500 there on the right?
You add 500 on both sides.
That would be true if it was subtracting. It's currently divided by 500.
Oh, you divide by 500 on both sides.
But it is divided. It's shown as division over here on the right.
Multiplied then?
Yes.
Multiplied
yes. Okay. Hopefully it's just a little early in the day for you for doing math, or you're tired from school.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. A equals 500 cosine 57. So round to the nearest tenth, please.
For cosine 57?
The whole thing, 500 times cosine 57.
All right, you got it. Okay. Cosine 57. All right, let's see. Cosine of 57 is 57 cosine times 500 equals 272.32.
To the nearest tenth, what does that mean?
Oh, 272.3.
Okay, and what are the units here? What are the units of length in this problem?
Centimeters.
Centimeters, very good. Now, let's say I wanted you to also find B. What are the two ways you can find B in this problem?
Angle B or
Side
side B?
side B.
You
Side.
do the Pythagorean theorem.
That's right.
272.3 squared minus, wait, no, 500 squared minus 272.3 squared, and then square root.
That's right. So side B can be found using Pythagorean theorem, or
Mhm.
you can use sine or even tangent, I suppose, if you wanted.
Mhm.
Good. Okay, let's look at another problem here. Again, the setup is super important. Like your ability to draw the correct picture is really, really important. Okay. Can't stress that enough. So maybe we'll spend a little more time having you draw the picture before we solve. We'll see
Yeah.
here. But here we go. It says an airplane at an altitude of 1,200 meters. The angle of depression to a building on the ground measures 28 degrees. Find the distance from the plane to the building.
Okay.
So I want you to draw, and again, it's a right triangle. It's some sort of right triangle. It's either, and there's lots of
So it
options
would
here.
be
Go ahead and make a
its
drawing
angles.
and just try to.
So from an airplane at an altitude of 1,200 and depression. Would the 1,200 be the height, not the
It is the height. That's true. Yep.
Okay, all right. Depression. So be a right triangle again.
It's always a
right?
right triangle. Yep.
Always
Some
a right
sort.
triangle.
Yep.
So can I just draw the same one from last time,
Sure.
then instead use the one
Sure.
200 as the height? Okay. So then the building of the ground, that one would be on the bottom, right?
Oh, again, I know this is hard because like I'm not grading you. I want you to just put something down. You might be wrong. That's okay. We're practicing. We're practicing
Okay.
for the real thing. Yes, the height from the ground to the airplane is 1,200 meters. But there's
Is
a
the
lot of
altitude, yeah.
there's a lot of different ways to draw it, and that there's not necessarily a wrong answer. I just want to see how you draw it so that we can work through the way you're drawing it. So give this a try
Okay.
here.
Altitude. And then the angle, hold on. Do I need to draw two lines since it's the depression? I'm kind of confused.
Okay, do you have a triangle drawn on your paper?
Yes, I have a
Okay.
right triangle
All
drawn.
right. Does your
Same
triangle look
one.
like this or
Yes,
like
like that.
this? Okay.
It
Like
looks
this. All right.
Mhm.
So here's and we don't really need it, but here's the building. Okay.
Okay.
All right. There's the airplane up there. So when I say draw a triangle,
Mhm.
like don't get caught up on all the other stuff going on. It's a triangle. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Now they're giving you the angle of depression. And from earlier, I made a dashed line.
Mhm.
This is the angle of depression. Which angle is that also in this triangle? A or B?
The angle depression be A, right?
Let's go back and look. Okay, so here's the angle of depression. Here's
Okay,
the
so it
angle
would
of
be A.
elevation. And
So it
alternate
would be
interior
A.
angles are, well, let's be careful here. A, what is A referring to? It's referring to in the triangle right here, and B is referring to
Mhm.
this right here. Is that what you mean?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, B. B then. Since they're alternate
Yes, yes.
interior
So
angles.
this is 28 degrees. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, does it want you to find A or C in this problem?
A.
Yes. Okay. So relative to angle B, this 28 degrees,
Mhm.
you have the one across from it
Mhm.
and the one adjacent to it. Which trig function
Okay.
are you going to use?
Um, what is the one? It would be cosine.
Okay, so
Again.
cosine of 28 degrees is the adjacent over the hypotenuse.
Yeah. So it
Okay,
would be
so what is the
one.
adjacent?
1,200.
1,200 is not the adjacent. Adjacent means next to. Next to is
Oh, A. It'd be
A,
A.
okay? And hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is across from the 90-degree.
1,200. Wait, no. C.
It's
And we
C.
don't know that.
And we don't know C. So probably shouldn't use
So it
cosine.
would be sine. It'll be sine then, right?
Okay,
Since
let's
it'll
try.
be opposite
Okay,
over.
okay, real quick here. Let's review.
We know
Sine.
tangent because it'll be opposite over adjacent, right?
Right. So you got to know the three of these: sine, cosine, tangent. Right. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Adjacent over hypotenuse.
Mm-hmm.
Tangent is opposite over adjacent.
Okay. So we'd use tangent then?
Yes. All right. So
Okay.
tangent of 28 degrees equals what over what? What goes on the top? What goes on the bottom?
Top will be 1,200 over A.
Okay. And how do you solve for A? How do you get a variable out of the bottom? Do you remember?
Add multiply by A on both sides.
Okay, that'll work there. That'll clear out the A. So multiply both sides by A. All right, so we got A tangent 28 equals 1,200. Now what's next?
You do tangent 28, which would be 0.53.
No, you want to divide by that. You can't.
Yeah.
You want your calculator is like the most powerful thing that you've got in terms of computing ability. You wait till the end to do it. So you want to put all this into the calculator at one time.
2,264.2.
Okay, let me check here. Get mine up. But you absolutely want to put this in at the end. It's
okay.
You want to wait till you've got. Okay, what is your number? What is your result?
2,264.2.
Okay, so you rounded tangent, didn't you?
Yeah.
But I mean, I just said I mean,
I'm telling you can't round it.
Well, you don't need to. Like your calculator, I mean, you get in your car, you don't push it, right?
Yeah.
You know, we don't go out and milk cows for milk. Like, let your calculator do the work. Wait until the end to calculate it, because and I thought we did a problem like this where it was like, maybe it was a different student, but it was like, here's the Earth, and this is not to scale. Here's the moon, okay, and we want to fire something at the moon, okay. And if you're just 1 degree off here, you completely miss the moon.
Okay, so I mean,
that's a big deal. Now, do you play any sports?
No, I don't.
You don't play any sports? Okay. Do you do any, what's kind of your extracurricular activities that you're doing? What are you doing outside of school?
I play guitar.
Guitar is a great example. What happens if your guitar isn't tuned properly?
Sounds awful.
Sounds awful. And that's kind of the same idea here. So the strings on your guitar are tightened, okay? And there's these frequencies that go on them. And guess what? If they're off, your musical instruments sound just terrible, okay? And just a tiny little bit makes a huge difference. So again, just when you're going to use the calculator, wait until the end, okay? Now, there are some times when you do have to do an intermediate calculation, and then you do have to round to basically double the decimal places that you need in your final answer. But that's just a guidance. There's no actual rule of thumb there. Okay, let's do another problem here. Again, got to get you to set up the triangle here. All right, so from a point on the ground 12 feet from the base of a flagpole, the angle of elevation to the top of the pole measures 53 degrees. How tall is the flagpole? Perhaps this scenario is a little bit more realistic for you. You've seen a flagpole. Go ahead and draw this and let me know when you're done, and we'll compare answers.
Okay. All right. Well, base of the flagpole, the angle of elevation. Okay, got it. Same right triangle, 12 feet. angle above, and then 12 feet is the height,
No,
and 53 will be the interior angle.
just to be clear, Jay, I just want you to draw it. You don't have to tell me what you're drawing. Just make something
Okay,
on your
it's drawn
paper.
then.
Okay.
It's drawn.
Okay. All right. And does your triangle look like this one?
That one, yeah. I'll
Okay.
be using this similar one.
Okay. So flagpole.
53. Yeah.
Hang on.
Okay.
We'll get to everything. A, B, C. Okay. Big A or big B and big A. Okay.
Okay.
Where
A
did you
will
put the
be
12?
12 feet. A will be the 12,
Okay.
and A will be 53.
Very good. What are you solving for?
The C.
Okay. So you're used to seeing flagpoles go off to the side. Now,
Oh,
maybe
would
from
you
the side.
sub?
Now, maybe from the side of the house, right? And that's where this is like, we got to be careful here that we know what we're drawing. Like
Mhm,
this, to me, this is, you go to your school's got a flag sticking straight up from the ground scenario.
mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want to revise any of your previous answers?
Gonna put a point on the ground. 12, 12 feet from the base. From a point on the ground, 12 feet from the base of a flagpole.
Have you ever lived in any other part of the country besides Arizona?
No. Yes,
Okay.
California.
Okay.
Yeah.
California, maybe so in a lot of other parts of the country, they have basements, right? And
Mhm,
basement, the word base refers to that ground level.
mhm.
Okay, so your 12 is not in the right spot. You actually are solving for A. B is 12 in this scenario here.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now,
All
are you
right.
going to use
It,
sine, cosine, or
tangent.
tangent?
Tangent
Tangent.
again.
Okay. So go ahead and set it up and solve
It
for.
will be A over 12.
You go ahead and set it up and solve it for me, please. And
Okay, A over
let's have you
12.
round to
And we have
10th.
12 on the both sides. So it'll be A 12, A 12. Or no, hold on. So it's be divided by 12. So yeah, 12. So it's A 12 equals point A tangent. Ha. Hold on. A tangent 12 equals. Okay, gotcha. 12. Okay. So tangent 12 would be 0.21255. I gotta get that to equal point. I gotta get that to equal 53. Right. So I'll do. Okay, so I'll do 12.
I'm hearing a lot of struggle here.
I think of my God. So I do. It's 53 divided by tangent 12.
All right. So let me jump in here.
83.35.
So let me just jump in here you're taking the tangent of an angle.
Mm-hmm.
The
Oh, it'll
input
be
to tangent,
tangent 53 would equal 12.
well, it equals a ratio of sides. What are the ratio of sides here? The division
12 to
means,
53.
okay, let's go back up. Tangent is opposite over adjacent.
Opposite over adjacent. Yeah.
Okay, so relative to this angle, like imagine you're right here. What's opposite to you in terms of a side?
A,
A. What's adjacent?
12.
Okay. Okay, go ahead and solve this, please.
Tangent 53 equals 12, so A 12. A 12 has to equal tangent 53. So I will do tangent 53. I will do that divided by 12. So now A12 has to equal tangent 53. But that would be a really low number though. I don't think I'm doing that right.
How do you clear the division by 12?
I do tangent 53 divided by 12, correct?
No, you're looking at the side with the variable. You want to isolate the variable.
You add 12 on both sides, so it'd be A12, and you know
Okay.
A12 equals tangent 53, and then to solve for A, you do tangent 53 divided by 12, right?
Everything you just said is not correct. Let's go back and look, okay? Because we did one just like this earlier, where see how the number was on the bottom?
Uh-huh.
How did we clear it? We didn't add,
Add 500 on both, multiply 500 on both sides.
right, undo division with multiplication, okay? So here you're dividing by 12, so you're going to multiply both sides by 12. So that clears out the 12 on the bottom.
So A just equals tangent 53.
And what else is written here?
Tangent 53, 12.
Times 12. And the 12 goes in front.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So it'll just be tangent 53 times 12.
Yeah.
That would be a negative 5.17.
You can't be negative. So when you're using the Desmos, you want to make sure you're in degrees.
Oh, okay. How do I get that to degrees?
So you should be seeing the DEG button already highlighted there. Let me snip that in. See that?
DEG. I don't really. I'm just looking at the calculator right now. And
You said you're using the Desmos Scientific?
yeah, that's most scientific.
Okay. I mean, right in the middle there, just above the keypad is it'll say DEG.
Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it.
Okay.
All right, there we go. All right, so now I need to do 12 times tangent 53. 15.92.
Good. All right. So that's going to do it for us for today. Let me
Okay,
go.
all right. I'll have problems tomorrow.